So, I just watched a video about how Emily in Paris is romanticizing ignorance. And I kind of have an issue with the assumption that underlying that sort of question, that is, ignorance is bad. This is going to be such a short video because I think there are two types of ignorance from what I've thought about. And there's harmful ignorance and then there's non-harmful ignorance. Harmful ignorance, I would also say, is willing ignorance, is when someone is trying to teach you something, usually about a topic that's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow and is a little bit, makes you reflect and think in an uncomfortable way, and you stay willingly ignorant to that in such a way that is harmful. So, example, a white person being willingly ignorant to the experience of Black people in America when considering, like, systematic reform. Now, there's also non-harmful ignorance. I don't know French. I don't know French. I don't know advanced calculus. I don't know really name anything, and I probably don't know much about it. That's not bad. I don't think that's bad. And I think that can go for cultures too. If I am traveling, I'm currently in Indonesia traveling. Before coming here, I mean, I did a little bit of research, but it's not like I know everything about Indonesian culture. And I think culture shock and being ignorant to things is okay. And I think we need to normalize people being ignorant to cultures that they've never been exposed to. So, like, Emily in Paris, being in Paris, like, I don't see why her being ignorant to that way of life is such a bad thing if she's never lived there. You know what I mean? Like, why is that bad? Is it hurting anyone? Like, if you go to a culture and you do something that is disrespectful, like in some Southeast Asian cultures, leaving chopsticks in your food is disrespectful. If you don't know that and you leave chopsticks in your food, and then someone says, oh, by the way, that's disrespectful, and then you continue to do it, like, yes, that's bad. But that's not ignorance. At that point, you know. You know what you're doing is disrespectful and you're still disrespecting it. I think the ignorance is, like, just clear ignorance. You know what I mean? So I think sort of villainizing ignorance really is such a harmful thing to do, because people then are too intimidated to admit what they don't know. And when you can't admit what you don't know, you can't learn anything. You can't open yourself up to new possibilities and new experiences because you're so intimidated by not knowing. Like, I was so intimidated coming to Indonesia by not knowing what Indonesia would be like, and that not being okay, and being just the classic white person who goes to Indonesia not knowing anything and just whatever. Like, no, when I learn how to be respectful here, I become conscious and aware of it, and I did my research before coming here, but I'm not going to exhaust everything, and there are things I learned being here, and I think being ignorant to a way of life shouldn't be so villainized, because it makes people too scared to explore and learn, and ignorance is not and ask questions, admit to ignorance. Ignorance is not a bad thing. It's a part of life. And you will go through your whole life and you will be ignorant to almost everything there is out there. And you will know such a small fraction of what there is to know, if there is anything to know at all. So that's my 2 cents on ignorance.